This law is called love. This is the only one existing law called love. So, the law cannot be manipulated, neither can it be changed. But nimekwambia there is something else called, I told you there is also one truth, which is called God. This one truth, Sheila, which is called God, is only which can be changed or manipulated. Because all what exists, Sheila, is truth. All what exists is truth, because everything is valid. What you think, what you feel is valid. It is the truth. Therefore, it becomes. What you feel, what you think, what you speak, Sheila, no matter what you speak, no matter what you think, no matter what you feel, it is the truth. Therefore, it becomes into existence, because it is the truth. The truth moves within the law. It is the one which is moving through the law. So, the only way to manipulate anything within the law is changing your truths. Changing what you think. Changing what you feel. Changing what you speak about yourself. Because, Sheila, the truth is that whatever we speak, we are not speaking to any other persons as we think. Sheila, when you speak, you are speaking to yourself. Because even your body and your heart is listening to you on your every word. That's why every word shall be taken into account. It is listening. Your own body is listening to each word you speak, to everyone, to each word you sing, you speak to everyone, you talk to everyone. So, you can only play within the law by changing your truths. But there is only one truth, because it is God. Therefore, if you are told there is one truth, and this truth is God, and there is nothing God is not, therefore, every concept here is the truth. Sheila, every concept outside here is a truth. It is the truth. Every concept is valid. Every concept is the truth, is valid. This truth is moving through the law which is love. This law is not biased. Where it is projected, it is where it goes. It is love. It is which moves forth creation. So you play with the truth. The law, this law is God. The truth is God, because it is all that which exists. So you play with the truths, which are one truth, which is God. Every concept here is a truth. Therefore, you navigate within love through playing around with truths. That's why we are told that we are here to know, to reknow, to unknow and to reknow, to unknow and to reknow. Sheila, immediately you unknow and you reknow something. After immediately reknowing it, you are supposed to unknow it and reknow it at a grander scale. Because everything is a truth here. It's the truth. The reason why it is said that truth shall always stand. Sheila, because it is so. Everything here is the truth. That's why every concept here, because every concept which you make, you have taken it, it becomes your truth. Any emotion you feel, it is your truth, because emotions are triggered by the concepts you have picked. Emotions are triggered by the concepts you perceive. Thoughts are triggered by the concepts you are perceiving. Sheila, in abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Every word comes from the heart. It's from your emotions. Truth, that is the truth. Everything here is valid. Now it is how much you're playing around with the truth. Na mtamani kama ngoja nimtafute nimwangalie kama ataadika. Every concept here is valid. Every concept here is valid. It's either you, and this is one thing, Sheila, God loves you very much unconditionally. Sheila, God loves you unconditionally. But this is what you have to know. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Either you are consciously within the law or unconsciously outside of the law. God does not care. This thing we call as God does not care about the truth. About the truth which you perceiving, God does not care. That's why He put you here to discover, to evolve through the discovery of truths. Every concept becomes your truth. Each and every concept becomes your truth. God doesn't care what truth you pick forth. Because there is one truth which is God. Therefore, if you have a concept here, it becomes your truth. You have any feeling here, an emotion, it is a truth. A thought becomes your truth because there is only one truth. And it is only the truth that can move within the law. But the law itself, which is also God, cannot be changed, neither manipulated. It is just is. This one law called God is just is. This law is called love. Love is just is not biased. It is not this or that. It cannot be this and not that. Is just is. Where it is projected, it is where it goes and manifests as that. When you have the love of evil, you manifest evil. When you have the love of the good, you manifest the good. It is not biased. It is the law. I always say that these things we call as laws, Sheila, religious laws, they are not laws, they are concepts. They are only truths, Sheila, they are not laws. Yes, they are truths, but they are not laws. They are truths which, if you take them, you become them. If you do not take them, you don't become them. It is out of free choice. God does not care what truth you take outside here and make it your way. Because anything you pick outside here, any concept you pick outside here becomes your way. On this journey, while we are journeying back to God, any concept you put on your path while journeying back to God, any concept you put on the path, it becomes your path. The secret behind it is because you will have limited God. This is what I always say. This is what, when you dump God, God dumps you back. When you attach God to a concept, you have limited God. This thing is infinite. Ever moving, ever expanding, ever knowing. Something which is ever knowing is ever moving. It is in a state of motion. It is not in the state of stillness. Sheila, the only thing which is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow is the law only. Sheila, they say God is the same yesterday. Bishop, welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for bringing me on. Yeah.
Welcome, my brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, this thing which we always claim in our holy works, that God is yesterday, today, and tomorrow, it is not God who is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It is the law. There is only one law. It is called love. It is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That pure essence of God, which is love, is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But tomorrow's God is bigger and grander than yesterday's God, because it is, the universe is just a process of evolution. Therefore, tomorrow's God is grander than yesterday's God. But the law remains the same. It is called love. This is the law. It is called life. Love. It is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Where you project it, where you project it. Okay, I got disconnected. I got disrupted by the internet. So this is what I was saying. That love, there is only one law, and this law is what God is. This law is what love is. It never changes. It is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But God, tomorrow's God is grander than yesterday's God. Because God evolves. While we can evolve as humanity, we cannot limit the evolution of God. But his pure essence, which is love, remains the same. Where it is projected, it is where it goes, and it manifests as that. This love is the law. The only thing, this law, which is love, cannot be changed, cannot be manipulated. The only way to navigate through the love, it is playing around with the truths. Because everything outside here, every concept outside here is the truth. Because there is nothing God is not. What concept you pick outside here, it becomes your path, it becomes your truth. Everything outside here is a concept. In creation, this is what happened. This is what happened. God, there are things which were created by God. He created nature. God created nature and man. only. Nature and man. Man is part of nature. God created nature only. There is nothing else God created. God created nature only. Nature is what God is. Nature comes from the ancient Egyptian word natur, which means, natur means spirit or God. Natur is where the word nature comes from. When you say the word natural, the word al means of. When it is said natural, it means of God. Only thing here in this physical reality which is not natural is a concept. Everything which does not appear naturally is a concept. How you believe in God is a concept. How you behave is a concept. How to marry is a concept. How to love another one and make a family is a concept. Marriage is a concept. Religion is a concept. Education is a concept. Government is a concept. Everything is a concept. How we dress is, these things were not, God created man and nature. Man is part of nature. Everything else came into existence through the concepts we created, we came up with. Everything here is a concept. Sheila, last time I told you, you don't have to be certified with a birth certificate for you to exist. Let me tell you, you don't have to be certified with a birth certificate. You don't have to be certified with a birth certificate for you to exist, for you to have been given birth to. You don't have. It is a concept. Sheila, you don't have. To be certified in order to love someone, have sex with them, and have a happy family. You don't need a marriage certificate to love another soul, have sex with them, and create a beautiful family. You don't need a marriage certificate to create a family. It is a concept. You do not need a baptismal certificate to be baptized with spirit. Is a state of being through choice. It does not need any certification outside here. It is a concept. Everything which is a concept was not created in the 7 days of creation. People, wake up. All this bullshit we have here, they did not exist. Read your scriptures. When Adam got their first son with Eve, there was no certification. When Adam went into Eve and conceived their first son, there was no certification. Everything was natural. Everything was nature, was of nature, was of God, natural. things of the carnal are not subjected to spirit, because they are against, and they shall always be against. Because everything was natural, concepts came in. They shall always be against God. They are against God, they shall be always against God. And I was saying in the group, God does not look on what you do outside here. God does not look on how many tongues you're praying with. God does not look on how many 40 days and 40 days dry fasts you are undertaking. God does not look on how many keshas, how prayerful you are, how many songs of praise and worship you are singing to Him. God looks into your heart to see what you are becoming at each moment. Your state of becoming is what I call as playing with the truth is. Because your state of becoming, your every moment thoughts and emotions is your becoming. And your thoughts and emotions are always triggered by concepts. God looks at what you're becoming within your heart. And the trickiest part is that what you're becoming at each moment, what you're becoming at each moment is what you are experiencing. What you are becoming is experiencing. We lack nothing. Sheila, the other time I told you, this is the beauty of God. When people are in church, they say there is beauty in God. Let me tell you, it is ugly, this beauty of God. It is terrifying. The beauty of God is terrifying. It is horrific. Because the beauty of God is this: the ability to express Himself in all forms and expressions, both the good and the bad. It is terrifying. This is the beauty of God. That expressions in all forms and concepts. They say it is the beauty, but it is ugly because it is terrifying in all forms. Even the forms which they seem unfavorable to us, they are manifestation of God. That is the beauty of creation. God manifesting Himself in all forms. The beauty of creation, the omnipresence that lacks any form of absence. And this same God is within you, is in the kingdom, is in the throne. This is what the book of Revelation says. The one who sitteth on the throne says, behold, I make all things new. Behold, I make all things new. Every moment we are here to be. Because God is within us, we do not lack any form of God expression. We do not lack any form of expression of God. We lack none. So it is through free choice on what expression you are going to take from the God within outward here to make things new. Remember, the law is not biased. It works both ways. the law works both ways. It is not biased. I form the right. Law is not biased. Therefore, it is out of free will to choose. Out of free will, you get to choose. What expression of God are you expressing outward? What are you becoming at each moment? And this is what I have been reminding my sister every now and then. I talk to her, I tell her, Sheila, ask yourself every moment when you remember, make it like a checklist of every moment. Asking yourself, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? You have to be in check of yourself. What are you thinking and what you are feeling? Because thinking and feeling is that becoming. Thinking and feeling is experiencing. One thing we have to know is that the reality outside here, is not real. The reality outside here is not real. We are not experiencing the reality. We are experiencing our emotions, which are triggered by the meanings we are giving to the reality. The reality itself is not real, but the experience is real because it is emotionally. Everything here you are experiencing is not on your hand. It's not even touching your skin, but you are experiencing it. The experience is real, but the reality here is fake. The experience is real because you are experiencing it at a dimensional level, emotionally. No one is experiencing anything here. Outside here, no one is experiencing anything. We are experiencing the meanings. What we have known things to be is what we are experiencing. They are not touching us. Just by us knowing them to be that, we get to experience them as that. We are here to unlearn and relearn. We are here to unknow and reknow. Immediately you unknow something and reknow it. The next moment, unknow it and reknow it. That is what evolution is. It's a continuous process. Immediately you unlearn something, then relearn it afresh. Let me tell you, the next moment you unlearn it and relearn it at a grander level. Behold, I make all things new. That's what God means. When the Bible says, you are here just to be, or when the people of spirituality, they say you are here just to be, let me tell you, you are here just to be. It's either you like it or not. Don't even bother to be still, but let me tell you, state of being is your true nature. State of being is your true nature, and that state of being is that state of becoming at each moment, either consciously or unconsciously. It is your true nature, and it is what you are going to experience. What you become is what you are experiencing. When the Bible says ye are gods, it does not need anyone believe. It's either you take it or not. It works as intended. When you are told you are just here to be, either you are still or not, you are every moment. The state which you are at every moment is the state of being. So what state of being are you at each and present moment? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I thinking every moment? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? Because thinking and feeling is becoming. and becoming is experiencing. Everything outside here is becoming into existence. Becoming. Nothing here is fixed. Is as it as when I say the reality outside here is not real, let me tell you, it does not even make sense. It does not even make, it is not real and it does not make sense. And why is it triggering us emotionally? It is out of the meanings we give to them. It is out of the senses we are trying to make out of the nonsense. Reality is neutral. It is happening for you, not to you. It is happening ready to be at your service, waiting for you to know it as that. Then it becomes that, to be experienced as that. Out of free choice, what you feel. When you are say that you are a human being, let me tell you one thing, you are. And beingness is your true nature. Consciously or unconsciously. Either you like it or if you don't. When they say that the kingdom is within Jesus, when Jesus said the kingdom is within you, let me tell you, if the kingdom is within you, it does not need you to go to school to understand this. If the kingdom is within you, let me tell you, it does not need you to even to step into to have stepped into a door of school, of a school, to understand if it is within us. We have been with the kingdom since from the first day we came out of our mother's womb. If it is within us, we came with it. And it is what we are experiencing, what we have been experiencing. Every moment is what the kingdom of God is. Kingdom of God does not come through observations. This is what Jesus said. It does not come through observations of any earthly laws or earthly concepts. It is within you. And if it is within you, it means that the kingdom of God, it is the state of your becoming. When you are told that you have to focus on, seeing God in everything outside here, it's not the physical seeing. When I say that God does not give a shit on what you do outside here on physical seeing, touching, talking, and he doesn't give a shit about that. He does not. When it is said that you have to see God here, it's not you see people here, then you just see, then you tell yourself, I see God. No. It's not seeing with your physical eyes. It is the inner knowing that sees. The inner realization. That realization. It is not seeing with the eye, because seeing is one thing and realizing is another. Seeing God is one thing and realizing God is another. You can decide to see everyone as God here, but one thing, to realize them as God, is another thing. of your body. That which makes your body to be filled with light. That which brings you to enlightenment is that single eye. That sees God outside here only. Because there is nothing God is not. That which sees God outside here is that single eye that Jesus said, that fills your body with light. And it is what enlightenment is. Enlightenment comes through this single eye of non-duality. Of non-duality. Seeing God, not getting attached to anything, not denying to anything. Because attachments is what brings problems in this world. Because immediately you get attached to a good thing, automatically you are denying the opposite of that. And immediately you deny something outside here, you have already denied the opposite of that too. Therefore, you cannot get attached to anything outside here. You cannot deny anything. Yours is to participate within the law, within love. Being the source that you are of love. When I say religion is childish, I mean religion is childish. I said in the group, religion is like going to kindergarten kids and telling them stories of flying horses and chariots when you want them to understand of spacecrafts and motherships. Religion is childish. It's for infants. Religion is supposed to be told in lower schools. Not above that. And one thing you have to know. Long time ago, I remember I shared with some people and I told them, if you were going to church or a mosque, since you were born until now, you are reading your Bible or your Quran from the time you became aware of yourself until now. And you still have to go back to your scriptures to get reminded of who to become. It makes religion a disaster. You cannot be reminded from the day, Bishop, from the day you started going to Sunday school, thou shalt love thy neighbor. Let me tell you, people have to be reminded this. From the day they started Sunday school up to now, some are 70 years old, they have, I'm going to church. They're listening, reading to the word. Two greatest commandments of God. When you see them with the Bible, when you ask them what they are reading, they say they are reading the word. It is bullshit. I don't know if there is anyone, when you buy a car, they give you a manual. This is how stupid humanity is and foolish. When you buy a car, you are always given a manual, that Japanese manual, or how to operate the car, how to do this. When you buy a television, you are given a manual. When you buy a home theater, you are given a manual. Let me tell you, I have seen no one, after they have bought and gone through the manual, any moment else, any other time when they want to operate the machinery they have bought, they go back to seek reference in the manuals. Even they don't have the manuals, they have thrown them away. You getting stuck every day reading the Bible, reading the Quran, because you are not becoming the word. That's why you have to go read it and read it and read it and read it. But when you buy a machinery and you are given an operator's manual, you read it and you become that. And you need it no more. The reason why people are still needing their Bible since they were in Sunday school until they are 80 years old is because they are not becoming that. Someone is a lawyer. They have read a whole room, volumes of books. When they are practicing law, they don't go with the volume of books for references. Never. The whole room of books, they never go to seek reference. Because after they read the books in the room, they became the books. No one is becoming the scriptures. Let us not deceive ourselves here. No one is becoming the word. Those people with PhDs and masters, the doctors and the surgeons, when they are in the operating table, they never go back to look at the books. They became the books. Are you becoming the scriptures you're reading? This journeying back to God, this path to God, it takes devotion. It takes devotion out of free choice. Myself, I've never read the Bible for the last 12 years. I've never opened the Bible. But wherever I need a verse, I will get it. Let me tell you one story. When I was a Muslim, we read our scriptures. We read our scriptures. We became our scriptures. We memorized in the heart the scriptures. And I can recite the Quran here. Ask someone to recite one book only of the Bible. People are not becoming. Let me tell you one thing. The Bible can be memorized. It can be. I'm not saying this through my own thinking. I'm telling you it can be, because I memorized the book of John and I recited it in front of someone one time and he got shocked. Word by word, that version. I told him, bring this version. I recite to you. Book of John. I recite even to the full stop. Every time we have to go to our books to be reminded, love one another, forgive. We have to be reminded to be who we already are. This work needs devotion, needs to experience the love of God. You have to have the love of God. No one loves God. This is what the love of God is. That first day you fall in love with your loved one, that very first day, that is how you are supposed to love God. Because that is true love. The love of the mother to her newly born baby, and the love of a woman or a man when they fell in love for the first one with someone, when they truly fall in love. That is true unconditional love. That is what we are. The love we are supposed to have towards God. When you are in love with someone, every time you think about them. When I say no one loves God, I'm not judging anyone. No one, including myself, love not God. When you fall in love with someone for the first time, let me tell you, you'll be thinking over them, about them, every moment and every moment. So before you stand in front of people and tell them that you love God and give a testimony that, praise God, church, praise God, brethren, I love God. Before you say that, first, check yourself. At each moment, do you think about God? At each moment, are you contemplating about God? At each moment, are you present with God? Because if you fall in love with someone for the first time, if you are told that, hey, we'll lock you in this house, we'll give you everything, let me tell you, it is well, and you don't want anybody else to come, even if it's going to take 10 years. You locked in that house, you have everything given for you. You want to be with them forever. First, check yourself before you say, I love God. And Mugecha in the group, you ask, is it Mugecha or who asked about if we have God? How do you know if someone has the love of God? Let me tell you, no one lacks God. There is no separation. It has never existed. As there never existed separation between man and God. Man and God are one thing. It has been. It is and it shall be. There is no separation. Separation was brought by man. When he started seeking satisfactions, fulfillment, answers from outside themselves, and separation occurred. Everything that has manifested physically, it manifested physically because of the separation we created. All these things which we see outside of us, all these things which we see outside of us, all these things which we see outside of us, they can be within us and we could not be needing them outside here. Everything, all things. But that separation is that which brought, immediately something is within you, you separate with it, you start seeking it outside here, it manifests outside here, you start chasing from it, you start chasing for it, and this is what happens when it manifests outside here and you start chasing for it. That which you chase is always running away from you. Immediately chasing is involved, something is running away from you. Immediately you create separation, things manifest here, you start chasing them outward here. And if chasing is involved, it is running away from you. That's why you see the cat and mouse games in this physical reality. Everything here manifested in this physical reality because of limitations. Immediately you limit God, he manifests in physicality. Immediately you limit God in anything, that which you have limited God to, it manifests here in physicality. It manifests whatever you, and this is how we limit God, by giving God identities and attaching concepts to God. Immediately you put a concept about God, you have limited God. And you get to experience nothing above that concept. You can never experience God above the concept of God you have within you. The concept of God you have within you is the amount of God you are going to experience. There are no miracles. There are no miracles. The amount of God you perceive is the amount of God you are going to experience. This thing is infinite. You cannot attach the knowing of God to any concept. When God says, be still and know that I am God, this knowing that is God, the knowing that is God cannot be attached to any physical concept here. It cannot, lest you want to limit God. You cannot. God is just is. Is not this or that, because immediately God is this, it means he's not that. And he can't be that because he is omnipresent. Meaning that he can never, ever be absent. Therefore, he cannot be this. Immediately he is identified to one aspect. It automatically means he is not the opposite of that aspect. Limitations. This is why we are here to rise above. The kingdom of God is within us. We are here to usher in the kingdom of God in this planet. We are here, everyone is a vessel to express God. Everyone is a vessel to express God. Every other human is a vessel to express God. So out of free choice, you choose what God to express outward here. The same God you are going to express outside here is the same God you are going to experience. And this, when you are told that you are an expression of God, don't think that God within you is going to express in benevolent ways because he's God and is within you. You are praying too much. Listen, it is out of free will. You choose what expression of God. Out of all infinite expressions of God within you, you choose what expressions to project outward. Your state of becoming at each and every present moment. When you think you have started the journey, my friend, it's very crazy, because myself, at every moment when I think I was in the journey, I found out that I have not even gotten, yes, I have woken up, but I have not even gotten out of the bed. It is crazy. And these are not the times. What we call as the shift is here. What we call as the separation of the chaff and the wheat has begun, is already happening. The split of the new and the old earth, it is happening right now. As I'm telling you, it is intense. The reason we are not perceiving it is because we are not present with our reality. And I said, reality is not what is happening here. Reality is what you are experiencing within you towards what is happening outside here. What you are feeling within you towards what is happening outside here is true. That is the experience. It is the reality. It is not this physical which you are seeing. Reality is the experience you are experiencing within you out of this world of appearances. Everything is accelerated And it's going to get crazier than it has been. You think that people are thinking that the world is coming to an end. People are becoming crazy and crazy things are happening because the world is coming to an end. The world is not becoming a bad place. It's becoming a better place. This one you have to know. It is becoming a better place. The only reason why we are getting overwhelmed by the situation is because initially we were in darkness. When you are in darkness, you can't see dark things. Now there is plenty of light. That's why we get scared with the dark things which are being exposed, which were in this darkness, which is now occupied by the light. The world is becoming a better place. It's not getting worse. You better know this. There is nothing new here. There is nothing new which came 2020, my friends. There is nothing new which came 1990s, my brothers and sisters. Let me tell you, there is nothing new. Everything was, everything is, everything exists. When you are in darkness, you cannot see that which is dark until light shines. And then you get scared. You are in a dark room, you see nothing, you relaxed. When the lights come on, there is someone with a scary face. That's when you get scared. But all the time, you are comfortable in the darkness because you didn't see the dark face within the darkness. The world is becoming a better place. The shift is here. The kingdom is at hand. It's here and now it's happening. It is happening. The only way you can tune into the changes is being present with your reality. Listen, I'm telling you, concepts changes. Do not stick to one concept. Before we said you must be present with your physical reality, what is happening around your observable reality. Now, we move ahead. We know that, and we know that we have to be present with our physical, observable reality. We know that and know it. Now we become present with what we are experiencing, because experience is from within. Everything we are experiencing from within. Don't get too much. Be aware of what you feel. What you feel is what is happening outside here.